Hello everyone, I'm Thais and today I'm here to do my May book haul. This haul isn't gonna be as big as the last one, but it got pretty close. I received a total of 16 books this month, as if I didn't have enough books on my TBR pile already. Anyway, the first book that I got is Havoc by Jeff Sampson. This is the second book in the Deviants trilogy. I got this book at the used section on Amazon, and even though they didn't mention in the description when I bought this, it's an ex-library copy, so it has this very ugly plastic covering the dust jacket and all the ugly stickers, but whatever, I'm over it. Or I'm trying to get over it. I'm not gonna tell you what this book is about because obviously it will spoil the first book, but this trilogy is about a girl named Emily who is kind of like a geek. She doesn't really care about sneaking out at night to go to parties and getting into fights and stuff like that. But then one night she finds herself doing exactly that. And the weird thing is that Emily doesn't know why she's doing it. Every night she keeps turning into a whole different self until it's not only her personality that changes, but her body starts being able to do things that she never could before. I read the first book Vesper when it first came out. I think that it was 4 years ago, but for some unknown reason I never got to buy the next books until this year. And the only one that I had left to complete my collection was Havoc, so now that I finally have all 3 books in the trilogy, I can't wait to marathon it. The next book I have is one that I have already showed here on my channel, and that is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Red Queen follows a girl named Mare Barrow who lives in a world that's divided by blood. The ones with silver blood have special abilities and they're like the elite of the society, and they rule over the reds who are the common people. Mare is a red girl who finds out that she has a special ability even though her blood isn't silver. I've actually already read this book. I even posted a review for it, so if you want to know what I thought about it, I'll leave a link in the description bar. The next book I got was 20 Boys Summer by Sarah Auckler. I don't know much about this book except that it seems to be one of those cute contemporary reads, and I've been wanting to read this book for years now, and when I saw it up for trade on the website that I used to trade my books, I just knew that I had to get my hands on it, especially because it's a hardcover and you know that I love my hardcovers. Next I have Skeleton Crew by Stephen King. This is a collection of short stories, and I actually already read this as an ebook several years ago, but I'm glad to finally have my physical copy. Stephen King is one of my favorite authors and he really inspires me on my writing, so I like to collect his books in physical form. I'm also really excited because this is the newest edition published here in Brazil, so it has this awesome creepy cover that's way better than the last one. The next book I got is actually my very first comic book, and that is Loki by Robert Rhodey and Ezad Ribic. I don't know if that's how you say it. Anyway, I bought this book kind of on a whim. I had just finished watching Avengers Age of Ultron, and I was a bit disappointed that we didn't get to see Loki in the movie because he's my favorite Marvel character. And I've been wanting to read comic books for a while, but I never knew where to start because Marvel Universe is just confusing. I still don't know where I can get started on the superheroes, but when I saw this book and I saw that it told a story from Loki's point of view, I thought it would be a great way to start. So I've actually already read it and you hear more about it on my wrap-up. The next book I have is The Midnight Palace by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is the second book in the Niebla trilogy, but like all the books in this trilogy, it can be read as a standalone. This book tells the story of Ben and Shiri, who were saved when they were babies from a terrible threat. And Tiffany, my cat, just keeps walking around here. So if you hear like bell sounds, it's because of her collar. Anyway, back to the book. This book tells the story of Ben and Shiri, who were saved when they were babies from a terrible threat. And on the eve of their 16th birthday, this threat returns and they have to find a way to defeat this evil with the help of their friends. Carlos Ruiz Zafón is one of my favorite authors, and if you haven't read one of his books, I highly recommend it. Tiffany, what are you... My cat just... Oh my god. She just went under the bed. And she's fat, she doesn't fit there. So she'll be meowing for me to get her out of there. Anyway, I've already talked too much about her on this video. Sorry. The next book I have is The Watcher in the Shadows by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This is the third book in the Niebla trilogy. This follows a mother and her kids who move to Blue Bay so that she can work as a housekeeper for a toy maker. But what they don't know is that there is a dangerous secret surrounding the toy maker's house and the forest around it. Just like Midnight Palace, already read it, I'll talk more about it on my wrap-up. The next book I got was The Captive by L.J. Smith. This is the second book in the Secret Circle series, and that's pretty much all I know about it. I don't even have the first book in the series, I don't know what it's about, but after reading the first book in the Vampire Diaries series, I just don't feel like committing to another series by this author. I really hated the Vampire Diaries, so I'll probably just get rid of this book. The same goes for Destiny Rising by L.J. Smith. This is the third book in the Vampire Diaries The Hunters series, I think that's how it's called, but like I said, just don't feel like committing to another series by these authors. I don't even own the first two books, so getting rid of it. The next book I have to show you is My Heart and Other Black Holes by Jasmine Warga. I've heard a lot of amazing things about this book. It was released earlier this year, and all I really know about the story is that it deals with suicide. I know that this might seem kind of weird, but I've actually been wanting to read more of these sad books lately, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one because I've heard people say that it's heartbreaking but it's also beautifully written, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. Next I have On the Fence by Casey West. This sounds like another one of those cute contemporaries. I've heard a lot of people saying amazing things about this author, but I never really got to read one of her books, so hopefully I'll enjoy this one. The next book is Vacations from Hell by 5 different authors. This is a book in the Short Stories from Hell collection. I actually showed 2 other books in this collection on my April book haul, but this one was just released here in Brazil. It collects 5 different short stories written by different authors, and they all deal with supernatural stuff, and as the title suggests, they all take place during vacation time. I really enjoy the books in this collection. They are really fun to read between heavy reads. I've actually read this one. I feel like I've said that for half this haul, but I'll talk more about it on my wrap-up. The next book I have is one that I'm actually really excited about, and that is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. This book won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction this year, and it is a historical fiction. It takes place during World War II. We follow 2 main characters. One is a blind girl who has to flee with her father when the Nazis occupy Paris, and the other one is an orphan boy who gets sent to the Academy of Hitler Youth. And apparently, after a while, their stories converge, so I'm really looking forward to see how that happens. I haven't read many historical fiction books, but the ones that I did read I really enjoyed, so I'm really glad to add this one to my collection. And also, can I just say that this cover is completely gorgeous? It also has this soft feeling to it, so it just feels really nice. Finally, the last 3 books that I have to show you are books 3, 4 and 5 in the Vampire Academy series by Richelle Mead. The third book is Shadow Kiss, the fourth book is Blood Promise, and the fifth book is Spirit Bound. I mentioned on my last wrap-up video that I started reading this series and I fell in love with it, so I'm working on getting my hands on all the books. I'm actually reading Shadow Kiss right now. I think there are less than 100 pages left, so you'll probably be hearing about it on this month's wrap-up. So that's it guys, those were all the books that I got this month. Let me know what books you got in the comments. Also, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!